Hey guys, Sure Shot Midget here. I'm doing a another review on these open bolt Vietnam magazines from WeTech. Now I might have deleted it already, but that was when I first got them. So I'm remaking it because I've had these for almost a year, and I have 3 of them. They only make them in open bolt. I think you can convert them to closed bolt, but closed bolt's the thing of the past. Bolt's the way to go. So I have 2 out of 3 of them here. I plan on getting 1 more of these and then a Stanag, or 2 more of these. Now, there's a subscriber of mine. He's actually going to be coming down to the city that I live in, and we might be going and playing airsoft together. And he's getting a WeTech gas blower rifle kit ready, and he's going to be using PMags. So I asked, well, can I buy your Stanag? Because with my rig, I have 4 mag pouches and 1 in the gun. So I can put the Stanag in the gun and the 4 Vietnams in my, mag pouches. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. So if I do end up meeting up with him, I will have 1 Stanag and 4 of these. I do have 3 now. I have money to buy another one, but I'm waiting to do an e-bike order. I don't know when. But I'm going to get a lot of lubricant because I ran out of lube. And these mags in my guns are getting dry. So I got to order 1 of these mags and some lube for my gas blower rifles and pistols. So I won't make a video on that. But just so you know, I love these so much that I'm buying another one. And Stanag's actually last weekend, technically. I fielded my M16. I actually used a Stanag magazine, actually 3. There was a guy that apparently his WeTech broke or whatever, or he was waiting for upgrades. I forget which one. So he had 3 Stanags that he said I could use, and I think they had like 28.28s in it, just from where my gun was shooting, and it had MAP gas. So I might upload some of that video footage, but I used all 3 mags, just one. All 30 rounds through each mag. I didn't reload them or anything, and the gun worked really well. So, I, don't mind using Stanags, but they're kind of generic. So, let's talk about the box. The box is just cardboard. It will come in a bag inside of the box. Now, the WeTech logo, it says for M4, M16, SCAR, PDW, and L85. They also fit in the MSKs and the CQBRs. And the 416s as well. Now these magazines in the L85 I think would look amazing. That would be sweet to see like a bullpup with a short mag like this. That'd be awesome. I don't think I've ever seen people using the L85, these Vietnam mags, but that would be sweet. So I have 3 rifles here. I'll test them out, but we're going to go over the magazines. So they're the same. So starting at the top here, you have feed lips, obviously. Now, these are not like AEG magazines. They actually have feed lips, and these are prone to breaking on gas blowback mags in general. But these are extremely tough. In fact, when I first got these WeTech stuff, I thought these lips were metal. But then I noticed that there were some like little chips, and they're plastic, but they're so thick. I have not broken a single feed lip. The only issue I've ever had with these feed lips is sometimes the back part here will start to lift up and the gun would not function. My magazine would not seat well. If you saw my gas efficiency test, the magazine would not seat into the PDW very well. So all you have to do is just sand the top down, or I put some RTV sealant down in there, and it's not come up since, and I've put mags and mags through it. So, although that's prone to happening on even the Stanags and the PMags, but the only gun that the mag did not function in is my PDW, and I think that's just the way the bolt carrier works on that gun. So generally, if you're not using the PDW, that won't even affect anything. They hold 20 rounds. I've never counted to see if like you can overfill it or underfill it, fill it. When I push down here, I can't really fit another BB in there. I normally just speed load it until it stops, or if I feel like I overfilled it, I'll put it in the gun and rack it, and let a BB into the chamber so that it kind of releases some of that pressure. But generally, these 20 rounders, feed very, very well. I have not. There was one time yesterday, I think it was, my gun, the mag did not feed, so I took it out and hit it against something that fed. That's the first time I've ever had a feeding issue with one of these magazines. I think that was yesterday. I don't know which one it was, but I went out and shot one mag for all three mags today. So, and it works flawlessly. So the outside is metal. You have one screw holding the base together. So this is not like a Stanag where it has a shell. This right here is the case. This is what holds the gas. There's no inner shell. So you take the screw out and you pop this off, and you can replace the bolt lock parts, all that kind of good stuff. The spring you can replace if you want. The seals are there are seals down in here. They're tightly packed. I have not lost one out of all three of my mags yet. And that's partially because I put a lot of lube down in there, and it just helps the O-rings stay down in there. And the valves work really, really well. I've never had one snap. If you over-tighten them, they can break, so do be careful with that, because they're not the best material. I don't know if they're steel. I don't know. They might be stainless steel, but they're so thin that they can break easily. The gas route bucking there is pretty good. These stick up pretty high. If you notice cool downs kind of affecting your gun a good bit, maybe try to pull it up towards, the nozzle a little bit. Pull this up towards the nozzle and put some lube on it, and basically, so it doesn't dry out. I make sure I do that, otherwise they will dry out. So that's also why I need to get some lube, just so the stuff doesn't dry out. They're, like I said, they're metal on the outside. They use the standard Stanag or PMag feed lips rubbers here. Gas route buckings. I've heard some people call them that, but it's just, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know, whatever. Make whatever term you want up. There's the bolt lock switch. I love that on these WeTechs. There's a bolt lock switch. The only thing that I don't like about WeTech magazines is their bolt lock switches are not steel, and the bolt lock is steel. So when they, steel contacts the aluminum or pot metal, this wears out fast. So these tabs right here should be steel, as well as the little rod that goes down through here and contacts the follower. The follower is plastic. To be honest, the follower is fine to be plastic, because it won't wear out. Sometimes they'll just snap. Those followers, the little tabs will just snap. So you have to replace your follower. And those, you get those in every open bolt kit. I have at least 2 spares, so it's no big deal. So we're going to shoot this out of the PDW first. They have .25s. This one I do use .25s in, but the other rifles I don't, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just shooting right here. Propane. You can fit any gas in these you want. Except I would not take CO2 and insert it into here, because I hear that there's lots of pressure issues with CO2 and green gas mags if you use one of those inject type things. So I've never wanted to ruin one of my mags to test it, because I hear somebody, apparently one of my friends, he ruined his mag because he did that because the pressure was so hard, the CO2 pressure was so much that the seals couldn't take it, which I think is weird, because you can put MAP gas in these and not worry about that pressure, and MAP gas is I think it was 20 psi, 30 psi off from CO2. Don't know. So let's go into shoot. So the gun's loud, it recoils, but with your Stanags, it'll do that as well. One thing that these Vietnam mags are really good at is if you want to have a Vietnam loadout. You have an M16A1, you want to do that kind of thing, WeTech offers that, and they're only $25. $25, the cheapest gas block magazine I have ever seen out there on the market. The cheapest. If you can tell me there's a cheaper one, please do it. But there's none that I've seen that hold gas in a magazine that's been cheaper. None. So they're bringing really good products to the floor, and I've had these for almost a year. No leaks out of... Actually, I think I had leaks out of one. I think I did have a leak out of one. I took it apart. Yeah, I did. And I just greased it up, put it back together, and it stopped leaking. Simple as that. So if you're a noob, that could be a really bad thing. But all you have to do is take this one screw out, pull this out. Just don't tip it over, because then those bolt lock parts will fall out. And there's a seal that goes all the way around. Take some grease, wipe it all the way around, put it back together, put some grease on the bottom of here, and then gas it up. This gun's really short. I putting my hand out really far, and the stock's short. It's just a tiny gun. The magazine is empty and it locks back. I've not had bolt lock issues with this gun. I did when I first got it, but I did some modifications to it and it's locked back every time since. I did some bolt lock modifications like I said, and now it locks back every time. Locked back every time. Now the inserts on the carriers, the steel inserts on the carriers do get worn out eventually. Mine is starting to get worn out, but literally all you have to do is take that insert out with pliers and take a sander or file, whatever, and sand that down, that steel insert down, and then put it back in and it's brand new. So that's what I'm going to do next with this once I have bolt locking issues. But the bolt lock itself is held up. So, alright, ACR. This gun I don't think locks back. I won't use the whole mag through this rifle. Maybe I should pull the stock out more. Not sure exactly where I like it. Oh, is that the flash hider? I put this new flash hider on here. Oh, I think that's the flash hider making the sound. Let me go and hold the bolt lock up. I think that's I put this flash hider on here, and I think that's the flash hider that's making that nice sound, that ching sound. I really like that sound. I haven't shot it since then, since I put that on. And then the M16. So, I mean, M16, it's a long rifle. You kind of want a small mag, at least in my opinion. I don't know. The magazine does look a little weird in the ACR, the Vietnam style. But in the PDW, I actually like it. It's not very common, but I like it. Because it's a PDW. It's a small rifle, small mag. I like it. And then that is empty. So, the way the magazines fit into the gun, I don't know if this matters. When your bolt is open, the magazine moves a lot. When it's closed, very minimal movement. When the bolt's closed, like zero movement in the PDW. And then when the magazine's in the ACR and the bolt's closed, just a tad bit of movement like the M16. But when the bolts are open, they will move around a little bit more on all the rifles. But the PDW is less, just because it's a tighter mag well. Which means they're not... Are they free fall? Yeah, I think they're free fall. Yeah, they're still free fall. When I first got them, they weren't. So they'll break in. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos, guys. If you have any questions, just ask. You can buy these on eBay for 25, almost 26 bucks. I really do recommend them. The P-Mags are 35, and the Stanags are like 31. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Lock back every time.